Yeah, hello students, welcome everyone for today's discussion. So this video is for students who have written this third day session shift 1. So we have seen that there was a vast difference between the day 1 shifts and day 2 shifts, where day 1 was directly plug and solve the questions, whereas day 2 was not simply direct substitution based questions. There were twists in the questions. So we have already discussed. So this video, please, I request all your friends so to share this video to your friends and your colleagues, so that this will be helpful for the students who have already written the exam, who want to see what were the questions given in the question paper, as well as for the future shifts who are going to write today's shift 2 at 2 o'clock. So stay tuned. So we'll also analyze how was the question paper level. We are slowly getting the feedback from the students. We will be seeing which section were having more weightage, whether the question paper was easy, moderate, tricky questions. And yeah, day 2 we're having some tricky questions. And yeah, so NTA and NCRT, so whatever may be the shift, day 1 and day 2, both question papers were interrelated to the NCRT syllabus in all the subjects. So whoever is writing the question paper, so revision of NCRT is very important, and we will also discuss whether the exam went well and some student would have not performed so well. So what they have to do for the next coming advanced exam, as well as they can take one more year for their preparation. All this will be discussed by our expert resonance faculty. So stay tuned. Yeah, we are slowly segregating the questions. Some questions have already come. So request students to stay tuned. We will be discussing the questions. Yes. So coming to the analysis of yesterday's question paper, so some students are giving their feedbacks. We are analyzing it and we are segregating and putting together. So we are discussing about yesterday's question paper. We were seeing that so modern physics in the day shift 1 was having high priority questions in physics, where modern physics 3 questions were repetitive, and we have seen work energy power also 2 questions were coming, and semiconductors, logic gates, and Brewster's angle. Where it was not like day 1 where directly all the questions were easy and 12th class syllabus was giving more priority, whereas day 2 it was uniformly distributed of all the chapters, all the classes. So we have seen how the difference was between day 1 and day 2. Day 1 was slightly not uniformly distributed along the syllabus, along the classes, whereas day 2 all the topics were equally given importance, and it was not like class 1 was biased and class 12 was biased. It all were equally 50-50% from class 11 and class 12. So we will be waiting for today's input. Our we will be requesting our sir MBK sir to share his inputs.
Yeah, thank you, Jitendra sir, for the insights for the preparation. So, coming to today's April 5th morning shift paper, we can see according to the students' feedback, right? So, this paper is also to some extent in a good, strong, moderate level only, that is a little higher than moderate itself. And some of the inputs what the students have given is like same maths, moderate questions, but they are all lengthy, will take lot of time. So one thing you have to understand, as still we are having little more minutes, and before that I want to tell you something. All this discussion maybe for the present exam giving students, it may not be that much valuable. But for the students who are in the journey of preparation, for them, all these instructions will be working like anything. It has the matter, right? That heaviness. And so, understand it and note down somewhere whatever the live feedback we are getting from the students. So, accordingly, you can modify, you can rectify, you can do the sufficient changes, required changes, so that by the time you come for the next year, right? So 2027 JEE Main paper you are giving, then your performance will be the best. So coming back to the point, you see from the last 3 years, this is the 4th year we are saying that maths is lengthy. It's either moderate or difficult and also compulsorily lengthy. So understand this point and accordingly you have to make your strategy. So what if it is a lengthy? Is it that it is impossible to be done? Not like that, because there are multiple students who are getting 300 out of 300. So therefore you have to check for the different logical strategies how you can minimize the time taken for cracking a question, right? So there are some shortcuts might be there, some strategies will be there, some different methods of preparation will be there for different concepts. Like one of our senior faculty, Vivek sir, was sharing his views on how the question is done in a routine method, which will take 7 to 8 minutes, but how it can be done within 2 minutes time, right? So such a type of teachers are there in resonance that they will give the beautiful strategies in making your score maximum. Everybody will score in the easy questions, but those who are scoring even in the difficult questions also will make the difference, right? So will be on the top. So that is one thing, understand. So this will be lengthy only. And if you remember yesterday's paper also, I have analyzed and told you, even physics paper was lengthy. Understand it. So if they are lengthy, how much practice you have to do before going to the examination hall, because that 3 hours will just go like that, right? So if it is that much important, that 3 hours duration is that much important, a time of a movie or some activity, right? So or outing we are going, or for playing we are going, in the same time period 3 hours, the entire career is getting decided. So understand the importance of it, and all the armory weapons you have to design, keep them ready by the time you are reaching to the examination hall, right? So that 3 hours, how you are planning, how best it can go, right? So accordingly only your result, rank, seat, campus, everything will be decided, right? So for that, it's not a 1 day, 2 day, 1 week, 1 month preparation. It is a continuous preparation, is a evolution, like, right? So it will go on happening that day by day the skill will be go on improving only. So that is one point. Coming to what the inputs the students have given today, maths is moderate and lengthy, physics is also moderate, and coming to chemistry, it was majorly the questions, again the same type of questions which have come in January attempt, and killed many of the students performance in chemistry. Particularly they are statement based questions. Yeah, statement based questions, how many such type of questions will be given in January session? We were feeling that they were the questions given, that is why the percentile within chemistry got decreased, and we felt very happy when it was on April 2nd and 4th, no such type of major changes were there. But today's paper, April 5th paper, again there were majority of the questions based on statement based. Statement 1, statement 2 will be given, you know such type of questions, right? Statement 1 is correct, 2 is wrong, 1 is wrong, 2 is correct, then both are wrong, both are correct, like a different types of options will be given. And another most time consuming type of question which has come today is multiple number of statements are given and will be asking how many of these statements are incorrect or how many of these are correct. So very, very dangerous type. Actually, these pattern questions are of the advanced pattern. Yes or no? In the advanced pattern, we have the multiple correct answer questions. A, B, C, D, all four can be correct like that. So similar type of question they are giving that, so that the time can be eaten in solving such type of questions. And even it is not even NTS mistake also. Actually, it is their limitation that they have to filter from around 13 lakh students who are giving the exam, right? So there are a bunch of seats and 13 lakh students are there to get qualified, to filtered and get a few number of students out, right? Some 40 to 42,000 seats all together, triple ITs, NITs, GFTIs all together, less than 50,000. So it becomes a very big challenge. That is why they will be following different types of strategies, right, in making the weak students to get eliminated and strongly prepared, academically focused and super trained students to move forward and to get through the filtration. So that is the reason why Resonance e-learning division will be sticking to this idea and will be making the student to train in both concepts and also time management. How important is the concept? Equally important is the time management. Many of the students, let's assume I have prepared for some physical chemistry, let us assume atomic structure only. All concepts I know, all concepts I know. So if that particular student is asked, he will be continuously telling, yes, these are all the concepts, these are all the points, these are all the formula, these are all the exceptions, these are all the examples, everything they will be saying. But if a bunch of questions are taken and some particular fixed time duration is given to solve that selected questions, they will take a double, triple the time to be taken actually in the JEE Main exam. Why? Because majority of the students will focus on concept. Majority of the students are focusing on concept and very less number of students are focusing majorly on training themselves in solving. That is the major point where your time will be killed. Yes or no? So time management is a very, very precious weapon you have to maintain, you have to develop, and that will not come by 1 week or 1 month. Again and again I am telling, because I have seen from the last 2 decades, that hundreds of students are very strong in concepts, and the moment they come out, what do they say? Sir, if I am given half an hour more, 40 minutes more, I will complete all the questions, sir. If you can solve that paper in 1 hour 30 minutes or 1 hour 40 minutes chemistry paper, how the other student is solving within 30 to 40 minutes itself the entire chemistry paper, 25 questions. So there is some preparation strategy difference is there na. So that is what we have to recognize. That is where you have to focus. So blind preparation is not sufficient. Every point, everywhere, every step, you should have a checking point for that one. That is the reason why very strongly we will be suggesting the students to solve minimum to minimum 30 questions in a fixed amount of time. 30 questions you take and 45 minutes time period you keep, and then start solving the questions. Then you will understand in the first attempt how many questions you are solving in 45 minutes, and in the again tomorrow in the second attempt within the same time duration how many questions you are getting. Definitely maybe 10 questions first time, then you may come to 12 questions, then 15 questions, then 20 questions, like that. So definitely it will go on improve. So 100% focus while solving the questions is very, very important. And again I am telling you, there are different regions in chemistry, different groups in chemistry where you need to focus and pick out the marks, right? So one of the most important and major preparation is from the inorganic chemistry. So in inorganic chemistry, there are 4 important chapters: periodic table, chemical bonding, D and F block, coordination compounds, right? So if we are preparing this set of 4 chapters, definitely you will be getting more than 5 to 6 questions. You will be definitely doing correct. Definitely doing correct, right? So this is the strategy for inorganic chemistry, and similarly I will share with you what to be the strategy in organic and physical chemistry, and even in physics and maths also. But right now along with me is waiting our senior most faculty Dinesh sir from chemistry department, and he is ready to present you the solutions for some of the questions we have selected based on the memory based. So one point, keep in mind, all these questions may not be 100% matching to your official NTA released questions later on, but little for the idea purpose, to give the inputs, how the paper is coming, what is the level, and how to solve, how to approach the question, how to crack the question and reach to the answer. These all our expert faculties are trying to help you, right? So understand these are the memory based questions, and some data also might be missing in some of the questions. So accordingly, you have to adjust for it. So now I welcome our Dinesh sir to start with the chemistry questions discussion.
Yeah, hello. Now see the first question here. See this. Half-life for the first order reaction is 6.93 minutes. What is the time required in minutes to complete 90% of the reaction? This is based on the chemical kinetics and it is a first order reaction. So clearly we can say that it is just a formula based question. So what is the formula for the first order reaction? T half is equal to 0.693 by, they gave you what is a half-life? 6.93 minutes. So it will be 693 into 10 to the power of minus 3 by 693 into 10 to the power of minus 2. So it will be 10 to the power of minus 1. Okay, this is our T half. Now what they are asking, the remaining part of the question, they are asking us to find what is the time required in minutes to complete 90% of the reaction. So how can you do this? We know that for the first order reaction, T is equal to 2.303 by K into log base 10 concentration of A naught by concentration of AT. Okay, they mentioned for 90% reaction, so it will be 2.303 by K is 10 to the power of minus 1 into log base 10 100 by 10. So it will be log 10, it is 1. So what is our answer? It will be 23.03. So nearest integer we have to take now. So answer is 23. So it is a very easy formula based question. There is no much ambiguity in this type of questions. So let's move on to this, and it is from the physical chemistry, chemical kinetics. Now see this. This is from inorganic chemistry. Let's go through this question. They gave us how many compounds among the following having sp3d hybridization of central atom. They gave us some of the options: BRFI, XCFI minus, ICl2 minus, ICl4 minus, SFO, NH4 plus, ClF3 and XCF2, XCFO. Now among them they are asking, it is from chemical bonding and molecular structures and VBT, hybridization. What is the hybridization of BRFI? It is having sp3d2 hybridization. Okay, what about XCFI minus 1? It is sp3d3 hybridization. They are asking us sp3d hybridization, so we can't take this into consideration. What are the remaining things for us? ICl2 minus. If you are taking ICl2 minus, it is having which type of hybridization? It is having sp3d hybridization. So we can take this ICl4 minus, NH4 plus. NH4 plus is having sp3 hybridization. ICl4 minus also not having, NH4 plus not having. SFO, if you are taking, it is having one lone pair, 4 bond pairs. So it is also having sp3d hybridization. It is having sp3d hybridization. What else remaining for us? We are having ClF3, which is a T-shaped molecule. It is having sp3d hybridization. Yes. Then we are having XCF2. It is having 2 bond pairs and 4 lone pairs. It is having sp3d 3 lone pairs, 2 bond pairs. It is having sp3d hybridization. it is also true. Finally, HCF4, it is having 4 bond pairs and 2 lone pairs. sp3d2 hybridization, square planar molecule. So among the following, how many are having? Only 4. It is an integer based question. 4 is the answer. Okay, so there is no much ambiguity. It is a common question every year, every session they're asking questions based on the chemical bonding molecular structure, that too from the hybridization and molecular atoll theory concept. So let's move on to the next question. 0.2 grams of organic compound is subjected to estimation of sulfur by Carrier method. Where will we find this? Organic quantitative analysis, Carrier tube method. Okay, how we are going to do this? What is the formula? Percentage of sulfur is equal to 32 divided by 232 3 into weight of barium sulfate by weight of organic compound into 100. Now if you see the data, what is the weight of barium sulfate? 32 divided by 233 into weight of barium sulfate. Weight of organic compound, they gave it as 0.2. What about the weight of organic compound? Weight of barium sulfate 0.6. Okay, if you solve this, approximately what is the value you are going to get? We will get around 41%. Now whatever question we did till now, all these questions are very easy to moderate level questions only. This specific question is from the quantitative analysis. If you specifically speak, in the NCERT we can find this under some basic principles and techniques of organic chemistry chapter, last part, quantitative analysis. Definitely every time they are asking questions from this. Okay, so it is just a formula based question. Very easily we can substitute this. And what is the answer? 41%. Let's move on to the next question. Compare the energies of the orbitals for multi-electron species. Clearly they mention it is a multi-electron species, and this from atomic structure, physical chemistry 11th class. Now what is the formula we are having? N plus L rule we have to apply here. If you are applying N plus L rule here, it is 3, here it is 4, here it is 6, and it is 5. Now if you are arranging them, which is having the highest energy? C is having more energy when compared to D, when compared to the B, when compared to A. So we can say that what is the answer? Option 2 is the answer. It is a straightforward question and based on the atomic structure chapter. Let's move on to the next question. Which of the following produce C6H5NC? Okay, we have to produce nitriles. How can you produce nitriles? From nitrobenzene, this reaction is not there, and it is a very famous reaction. And we can't produce from here. And from where we can produce? It should be a correction here. If it is C6H5, no, Cl. If it is Cl, then there is a chance. If it is NH2, I think this should be NH2. Any of this should be NH2. Then it will be the answer. What is the name of the reaction? It is carbyl-amine reaction. Very famous reaction. This reaction will be given by the primary amines. Primary amines in the basic medium. In the basic medium, on reacting with chloroform, it will give, what is that? It will give isocyanates. Okay, so this is also a very common, very easy reaction. It is most important for us in the organic chemistry. Okay, so I am handing over to the maths faculty, physics faculty.
Yes, thank you, sir. So yeah, welcome back, students. So today's day 3 question paper, the first 6 questions students have given their input. So this is completely different beta. So everyone is thinking that day by day the question paper is becoming lengthy. No, we were discussing yesterday, our resonance faculty and myself, we were telling that don't follow any pattern for IIT JEE. So it is not like today the question paper is easy, tomorrow it is little bit lengthy. So day by day the question paper is becoming lengthy. So the first 6 questions of physics, if you are seeing, these are directly formula based questions where you plug the values in that formula and you will get the answer. So these 6 questions are directly based on just definitions, NCERT based questions, and nothing out of the box or where students are shocked seeing the questions. Okay, so let us discuss the 6 questions. So first question, if you are seeing, they are asking the Young's modulus of the material. They have given that the Young's modulus of the material is Y, and they are keeping the material same. So see, this is very important. So they are keeping the material same. If they are keeping the material same, Young's modulus only depends on the kind of material which is used in the extension of that wing. So whatever may be the radius, whether it is doubled or half, length may be doubled or tripled, the Young's modulus of the material is not going to change. So this is a direct 5 seconds volley question. Many students would have attempted this question directly. So because the material of the wire is not changing, the Young's modulus remains the same Y. Next, let us go to the next question. So this is the they are asking the units and dimension question. So this is under units and dimensions, where this is related to EMI, where time period of oscillation. We have seen that the frequency time period is depending under root LC. For LC oscillation, the frequency is 1 by root LC. So time period unit is matching with under root LC. So here if you are seeing in all the options, resistance is there. So let us calculate the dimensions of resistance. So resistance is potential difference divided by current. Potential difference is again work done per unit charge. Charge we can write it as current into time. So which is nothing but I square into time. So work done is M L square T minus 2 divided by A square into T. So the dimensions of resistance is M L square A power minus 2 T power minus 3. So the dimensions of resistance is given, and if you are seeing the question, M L square A minus 2 are already there. The dimensions of mass, length and time and current are already in that question. So extra thing which is getting added is T power minus 1. So it is divided by T. So it is resistance by time. So third option will be the correct answer. So it is this is a standard question. If we know the dimensions of resistance, and in LC oscillation, root LC is having the dimensions of time. The frequency of LC oscillation is 1 by root LC. So this is also not a kind of an out of box question or a complicated question, which will be like seeing the question itself directly. Many of the students would have attempted this question. Next. Yeah, so this is also many students after seeing the question, array this question is there in the first page of our resonance sheet. So they are asking the tensions in the two different strings are hanging. So here it is 60 Newton which will be acting, and tension is T2 here. So just we have to draw the free body diagram of 6 kg, 4 kg and 4 kg. So if you are seeing the 6 kg block, 60 Newton will be acting downwards, tension T2 will be acting upwards. And for the 4 kg block, the free body diagram, 40 Newton will be acting downwards, upward tension is T1. So for this 4 kg, the free body diagram, same tension, T1 will be acting upwards and 40 Newton will be acting downwards. So we know the standard formula also. Acceleration is m2 minus m1 into g by M1 plus M2. So if you are seeing both sides, the right side there is 10 kg block, left side it is 4 kg block. So 10 minus 4. So 10 minus 4 is 6, 60 divided by total mass is, so 10 minus 4 into G divided by the total mass, which is nothing but 14. So this we'll get it as 60 by 14, which is nothing but 30 by 7 meter per second square. So but they are asking the ratio of T1 and T2. So we know here the whole system will be accelerating downwards with an acceleration A. So if we write down the equation, so 6 kg block will be falling down. So equation will be 60 minus T2 is equal to 6A, and the equation for this 4 kg block we can write it as T1 minus 40 is equal to 4 into 30 by 7. So this is a directly NLM question where we draw the free body diagram, 3 connected mass system, pulley mass system, 2 masses are connected by a pulley, and the tension will be same throughout the same string. They are asking the ratio of T1 and T2. Now this question is geometrical optics prism question. This is also directly based on a formula based question where they are asking the condition for minimum deviation. Minimum deviation, we know formula is mu is equal to sine A plus minimum deviation by 2 divided by sine A by 2. So the prism angle is an equilateral triangular prism where the angle of prism is 60 degrees. So if you are substituting, and here they have not given the refractive index, but they have given the speed of light in that prism. So from speed of light we know the refractive index formula, that is nothing but refractive index is equal to speed of light in vacuum divided by speed of light in that medium. So from this we will get 3 into 10 power 8 divided by 2 into 10 power 8. So the refractive index is 3 by 2. So if you are substituting here, so we will get sine 60 plus sigma m by 2 divided by sine 30. Sine 60 by 2, sine 30, which is nothing but 1 by 2 is equal to 3 by 2. So we'll get 60 plus sigma m by 2 is equal to sine inverse 3 by 4. So sigma m we'll get it as 2 sine inverse 3 by 4 minus 60 degrees. So 2 sine inverse 3 by 4 minus 60 degrees. So fourth option will be the correct answer. So this is also, if you are seeing students, this is not elaborate question which is something like difficult question, this type of question NTA have asked, no. So this is directly minimum deviation condition, and this is a direct formula we tell all the students to by heart for the minimum deviation condition. Next, yeah, this question, if you see, this was repeated, same kind of question came in day 2 shift 1 where 3 cells of their internal resistance are connected in parallel to a external resistance, which these two can be assumed to be connected in series. So this whole circuit can be equated to an equivalent battery, and the equivalent resistance is 6 ohm. And if you are seeing all the 3 resistances, which we can assume to be like the internal resistance of the battery, 3, 3, 3. So equivalent resistance we will get it as 1 ohm, and this E equivalent, we know how to calculate E equivalent of parallel batteries, E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2. So 15 by 3 into 3 divided by 1 by r plus 1 by r. So again we'll get it as 1. So equivalent EMF we'll get it as 15 ohm, say 15 volt, and the external resistances, all the three internal resistance of the batteries are connected in parallel. So we can tell 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3 plus 1 by 3, which is nothing but 1 ohm. So equivalent resistance of the three resistors will be 1 ohm. So this is 15 volt. So current through the external resistance they are asking. So if you are assuming the current through the external resistance is EMF divided by the resistance. So if you are seeing 6 ohm and 1 ohm are connected in series, so the equivalent resistance will be 7 ohm. So current will be 15 by 7 ampere. So if you are seeing, this question is also not so complicated, and this question was the same question given on day 2 shift 1. Next question, yeah. So if you remember in yesterday's analysis, we have clearly said that gravitation and electrostatics, there were no questions in those chapters. So in this shift, we have a gravitation question where they are telling that acceleration due to gravity at 2 points A and B, one point is above the surface and one point is below the surface B, and both are 16 kilometers. One point is above the surface and another point is below the surface, and the distances and the depth as well as the height, they gave it as the same, 16 kilometer above the surface and 16 kilometer below the surface. Because 16 kilometers is very less compared to the radius of the earth, we can directly approximate using binomial expansion. We can tell that height, gravitation due acceleration due to gravity above the surface of earth, we can write it as g at the surface into 1 minus 2h by r. Now at a depth d, the formula is 1 minus d by r. So if we take the ratio, we'll get 1 minus 2h by r. So that is nothing but 1 minus, height they gave it as 16. So 32 divided by 1 minus 16 by 6400. So this will be 6400 minus 32 divided by 6400 minus 60. So this will be, if you are cancelling, and you have to be careful here. So here calculation part also, don't waste too much time. This is a multiple of 16. So here we can directly tell it is 400. This is 2. This is 400 and 1. So 398 by 399. So the answer is first option. So yeah, this question is from gravitation and electrostatics. We were not worried, so we were seeing that electrostatics and gravitation question was not asked on day 2. So here they have asked the gravitation question. So I request Math sir to continue for the next set of questions.
Thank you, sir. Okay, so dear student, now we move to mathematics portion. And by the way, today in morning shift, all the question maximum came easy only. And this complete shift was the easy. Might be out of till now, whatever those all the student wrote, this one is the easiest one. Okay, now we start discussion. So our first question is sum of value of sigma n equal to 1 to 10. Questions from the sequence series are easy one only and a standard problem. So to get this sum, first I am going to write this 528 out, then sigma n equal to 1 to 10. In denominator we have n plus 1, n plus 2.
whenever you have linear factors in denominator which are in AP, it means difference is same, then we write the numerator as last minus first one. Last factor, that is n plus 2, and minus first. We are just writing this one as difference of two similar terms so that cancellation occur. 528, and by the way this difference is equal to 2, but actually we have only 1 because I took 528 out, so I need to divide by 2. Okay, then sigma n equal to 1 to 10. When we divide, we are getting 1 by n into n plus 1, and minus n by this one, n got cancel out. 1 by n plus 1 into n plus 2. When you put the value of n from 1 to 10, 1 to 10, then at last only two term remain, one from the beginning and one from the end. Okay, all other term got cancel out. 528 divided by 2, that is 264. Now only two terms remain. One is first term, that is when you put n equal to 1 here, then 1 by 1 into 2, 2, minus last term when you put n equal to 10 here. So 1 by 10 plus 1, 11, and 10 plus 2 is 12. Okay, further we multiply 264 into 1 by 2, that is 132, minus, when we write this one here, let me write this also 132. 12 cancel, I cancel this one by 2, so 12 becomes 6 now. Now 11 to 132, 12 time cancel, 6 to 12, 2 time cancel, 132 minus 2, that is 130. So our first question answer is 130 only. That was one easy one only. Now coming to next question, consider an equilateral triangle PQR where P is 3, 5 and QR is x plus y equal to 4. If the orthocenter of triangle PQR is alpha, beta, then 9 times of alpha plus beta. By the way, this triangle is equilateral, so you say the orthocenter or centroid, it is going to be same only. Okay, so triangle equilateral, it means you just need to find the centroid, because centroid is only orthocenter. P 3, 5, base is given x plus y is equal to 4. Now to get the centroid, because that is only alpha, beta, either we use distance form of line, or first we drop the foot of perpendicular, then actually centroid divide that line median in the ratio 2:1, that we can use. Okay, so what I'm going to use, first we drop the foot of perpendicular. This will be the median also, because triangle is equilateral. So this foot of perpendicular coordinate, if we use the formula x minus x1 by a, y minus y1 by b equal to minus, we replace this point here in this equation, 3 plus 5 minus 4 divided by a square plus b square 2, x minus 3, y minus 5, and here what we got, this is equal to 4 divided by 2 minus 2, and x equal to 3 minus 2, that is 1, y equal to 5 minus 2, that is 3. So this point is 1, 3. Okay, this point is 1, 3, and this is centroid, and this is only orthocenter, which divide in the ratio 2:1. So if we use section formula, then what we are getting, 3 plus 2, 5 by 3, 5 plus 6, 11 by 3. So this is only alpha, beta. Now they are asking 9 times of alpha plus beta. Alpha plus beta, if you add both, 16 by 3. If we multiply by 9, then here also 9, and what we got, 48. Okay, so our correct answer is 48. One easy one only, and also not taking time. Now coming to next question, value of 0 to infinity ln x by x square plus 4. Okay, so this is one of the question from the our reso material, and from the last 8-10 year we are also seeing every time in exercise 1 or 2, and it is in lecture notes also. So actually for that one thing I am going to use, whenever you do integration 0 to infinity ln x by x square plus ax plus 1, that is equal to going to be 0. You can get by replacing x equal to 1 by t, and you will get I equal to minus I, so I is equal to 0. Okay, 0 to infinity ln x divided by x square plus ax plus 1 equal to 0. In general, actually, just only coefficient of x square and constant term need to be same. Okay, coefficient of x can be anything, it can be 0 also, still it is going to be 0 only. So this I am going to use. Now first this I 0 to infinity ln x divided by x power 4 plus x power 2 only, x power 2 plus 4 dx. First we need to convert this one in this form. Okay, coefficient of x square and constant term need to be same. So to make that coefficient same, I am replacing x equal to 2t, then dx is equal to 2 dt. Okay, further we put the values x0, then t0, x infinity, t also infinity. Ln x, x is 2t, so ln 2t divide by 2t we replace here 4t square plus 4 and dx is equal to 2 dt. Now I is equal to this ln 2t can be written as ln 2 plus ln t. 2 common, 4 common, that remains 1 by 2. Then I am separating both the integration 0 to infinity. Ln 2 separate, divide by t square plus 1 into dt, and remaining ln t separate 0 to infinity ln t divide by t square plus 1. Now actually this match with same as like this one, so its integration is 0. Okay, just we need to integrate this one only. Ln to constant, integration of this one, that is tan inverse t, limit is 0 to infinity. If you put infinity here, ln to constant out, and when we put infinity, tan inverse infinity pi by 2, and minus when we put 0, tan inverse 0 0 only, so 0. Now finally what we got, pi ln 2 divided by 4. Okay, so our correct answer is pi ln 2 by 4, first one only. This was also one, you can say if any student did this one before, then it's easy only. But if you are not done, then this thing might not come in mind, that whoa, ln x divided by ax square plus bx plus a equal to 0 for the limit 0 to infinity. Now coming to next question. Okay, so question from the sequence series, it is also easy only. At last only a little bit calculation takes time, nothing else. Sn is the sum of n terms of an AP. If Sn equal to 3n square plus 5n, then the sum of the square of the first and 10 terms of the given AP. Okay, sum of the square of the first 10 term. So just I need to find the nth term. Then we get the sigma square of the nth term for n equal to 1 to 10. So first I am going to find the nth term. Nth term can be written as Sn minus 1. Okay, Sn is 3n square plus 5n. Sn minus 1 is 3 times n minus 1 square and minus 5 times n minus 1. Okay, now further 3n square minus this one, 3 common, n square minus n minus 1 whole square, n square got cancel out, 2n minus 1 remains. Here 5n minus 5n cancel and plus 5 only remains. So it is going to be 6n minus 3 plus 5, so plus 2. Okay, we got the nth term. Now what they are asking, sum of square of, they are asking sum of square of the first 10 terms. Okay, so they are asking sum of the square of the general term, and how many terms, sum of the square they are asking, 10 term. So n equal to 1 to 10. Further if we expand this one, 36 n square, so 36 sigma n square, to AB term is 24 n, so 24 sigma n, and 4 sigma 4 that can be written as 4n. Okay, sigma 4 is 4n, n equal to 1 to 10. Now we put the value of n is 1 to 10. So this is sum of the square of the n natural number n is 10, n plus 1, 2n plus 1 by 6, then 24 sigma n plus 1 by 2, and 4n, that is 40. This thing only you need to calculate, and you will get the answer. Might be answer is 15220. Okay, that little bit calculation now you need to do. Now coming to next question, consider a set 1 2 3 4 5, then the number of one function f a to a such that f1 is greater than equal to 3, f3 is less than equal to 4, and f2 plus f3 equal to 5. Okay, so this is also question from the function chapter, where it's some number of ways we need to find. It means PNC they added. And by the way, this question is also easy, but in these type of the questions generally during the exam, student might do the some calculation error, or they might skip any one counting of any one or two way. That's why at last you might be, your answer might be wrong if you did some mistake. Okay, and there is a chance of that. So just simply there is a set a 1 2 3 4 5 6, some condition there are, and we need one function. Okay, number of one function. First thing is f1 greater than equal to 3, then f3 less than equal to 4, and f2 plus f3, f2 plus f3 that need to be 5. Okay, and values can be only 1 2 3 4 5 6. F1 f2 f3 f4 f5 6, these can have only values 1 to 6. Okay, now there is one condition, f3 is always less than equal to 4. So first I am writing all possible value of f3. F3 can be 4, it can be 3, it can be 2, it can be 1, it cannot be anything else. So we take cases wise. As if I take this case, f3 is 4, now f2 does not have any option other than 1, because sum need to be 5. Okay, and we need one function. We need to get the value of f1, then f2, f3, f4, f5, and f6. Okay, now as this condition, first case we took f2 and f3 is fixed. Now do not count any number of ways for these two, this sum. Now there is one more condition, f1 is greater than equal to 3. So for f1 I will write how many ways we have. Now f3 is 4 and f1 need to be greater than 3, so f1 can be 3, 5 or 6, because f3 is 4, so it cannot be 4 again, because function is 1 1. So how many ways we have for f1? 3. Now for f1 we have 3 way, this also is over. Now after this one, for other we do not have any condition, we have 3 fx and 3 values are remaining. So if we arrange them, how many ways we have? 3 factor. Similarly in this case, f3 3, then f2 has to be 2 only. Okay, then again for f1 how many options we have? f3 is 3 and f1 has to be greater than equal to 3, so it can be 4 5 6, 3 option we have. Then remaining again 3 f4 f5 f6 and 3 corresponding values, number of ways 3 factorial. Similarly here in this case also 3 into 3 factorial comes, and in this case also 3 into 3 factorial comes. Okay, these are the all the case. Now this one is 18 and actually we have total 4, so 4 into 18, total 72. Okay, so total how many ways we have? 72 only. Now coming to next, the area enclosed between the region given by xy. Okay, so from the chapter area under curve, again first graph we draw, and this is also easy one only. Now first xy less than equal to 27, hyperbola, rectangular hyperbola. So this is the graph of xy equal to 27. Now what is the next? Y is greater than equal to 1, less than equal to x square. Graph of y equal to x square. This is y equal to x square. But as there is limit y greater than equal to 1, so I am drawing a line at 1. This is the line at 1. This is y equal to 1. Now what I need? I need the area which is bounded by this curve. xy less than equal to 27. It means inside of this hyperbola. Okay, toward origin. Then y greater than equal to 1 above this line, and y less than equal to x square below this parabola. So at last this region is only common. Okay, Now when you find the point of intersection, as y is 1 here, when we put y equal to 1 here, x also be 1. As at this point also y is 1. When you put y equal to 1 here, then x equal to 27. And when you find point of intersection of these two, then you will get 3 comma 9. So here x is 3. Okay. Now what we do? Integration total area. So first area of this first part. Integration from 1 to 3, y1 minus y2. y1 is x square and y2 is 1 into dx. Then further integration from 3 to 27. 3 to 27. y1 is this hyperbola, that is 27 by x, and minus y2 is again same line, y equal to 1 into dx. Now we just integrate and we put the values. This is x cube by 3 minus x 1 2 3, and it is 27 ln x minus x 3 to 27. Okay, just we replace the values. If you put 3 here, then 27 by 3 9 minus 3. This is upper limit minus lower limit. Lower limit when we replace here, 1 by 3 minus 1. Okay, then here we replace 27. So 27 ln 27 minus 27. Then the lower limit 3. 27 ln 3 minus 3. Okay. Now let me simplify. This 27 can be written as 3 power 3. So it is 27 into 3 times ln 3. And this is 27 into ln 3 one time. So when we subtract this one, we'll get total 54 times ln 3. Okay. Now this one is the 6. 6 plus 1 7. 6 and minus minus plus 1 7. 7 and this is also plus 3, so 10. 10 and this is minus 1 by 3 and this one is minus 27. Okay. So finally we got 54 ln 3 minus 17 minus 1 by 3, minus 1 by 3 minus 17. Minus 1 by 3 and minus 17 in total minus 52 by 3. So 54 ln 3 minus 52 by 3. So first one is the correct answer. Okay. Now coming to next question. Square of the distance of this point from the line. Okay, so this is the question from the vector 3D part and from the straight line, and in every shift they are asking one question from the straight line. By the way, this is easy only because generally all the students do these during the lectures. Okay, line equation is x minus 2 by 2, y minus 5 by 3, z minus 2 by 4, and our point is 5 comma 6 comma 7. What do you want? Perpendicular distance, square of the distance of this point from the line. Suppose this distance is d, and we need to find d square. Okay, so first this is foot of perpendicular. Suppose this is p, we are assuming a general point on this line equal to lambda. So 2 lambda plus 2. Okay, then 3 lambda plus 5 and 4 lambda plus 2. Suppose this given point is A. Now first I am writing direction ratios of AP. That is x2 minus x1, 2 lambda minus 3. Okay. Then y2 minus y1, 3 lambda minus 1, and z2 minus z1, 4 lambda minus 5. Okay. So these are the direction ratio, and this AP is perpendicular to line. AP perpendicular to line. So what we use? A1 A2 plus B1 B2 plus C1 C2 equal to 0. So A1 A2 when we multiply, 4 lambda minus 6, B1 B2 9 lambda minus 3, and C1 C2 16 lambda minus 20 equal to 0. How many lambda we have? That is 29 lambda, and equal to what we have? 9 and 20, 29, 29. So we got lambda equal to 1. Once you got the value of lambda that is equal to 1, you got this point P, that is just need to replace lambda equal to 1. 4 comma 8 and comma 6. Okay, now the distance is root over x1 minus x2 whole square. y1 minus y2 whole square, z1 minus z2 whole square, and root 6. So they are asking value of d square, and our answer is 6. Okay. Okay, so this was the maths portion. We'll meet again. Now I request to MVK sir to join us for the chemistry portion.
Thank you, sir. And in today's paper, you can understand the chemistry part, particularly the level of the questions were lesser only, that the students can able to do it. Only thing is very precisely they should know how to approach, what to be done for that particular question, then definitely it can be done. So till now, whatever the question data we have collected, so that is the analysis, that is the overall idea we are getting. So remaining all, I will share with you time to time later on. Okay. So coming to the first question, consider the sequence. There is some compounds, organic compound sequence is given. First there is some compound P, and this compound P is done with a reductive ozonolysis. We got Q on, no, there is a typing mistake here. Both cannot be reductive ozonolysis, right? So this is not reductive ozonolysis. This should be some base like a KOH, let us assume KOH, and then this dicarbonyl compound in presence of KOH will undergo aldol or Cannizzaro reaction. If there is alpha hydrogen, aldol. If there is no alpha hydrogen, then Cannizzaro reaction will happen. Most probably, according to the options given for the P, I can understand that it is a aldol condensation. Aldol condensation, so aqueous or dilute KOH. So it gave the compound R. Now this compound R got converted and also condensation. So to give an alkene here, alkene or okay, let's see this one, what it will be. Later on we will understand it if we are solving what it is. So after that, the compound R is treated with NaOI. NaOI is nothing but NaOH plus I2, right? So NaOH plus I2 is the reagent used for iodoform reaction, haloform reaction. So this is a iodoform reaction. Iodoform reaction. So in this manner you are getting compound S, and S structure is given here. So if this is a structure of S, then what is a P is he is asking. So let's do the question here. If this is S, if this is S, and this S you got it from haloform reaction, right? So from haloform reaction, no, this is also not possible, because in a haloform reaction there will be formation of carboxylic acid and iodoform. So this is carboxylic acid, typing mistake here, COOH should be there, okay na? So this is COOH. Now if this is the iodoform, sorry, if this is the carboxylic acid and iodoform also have to come out, NaOI plus CHI3. These two are the products. So when these two are clubbed, you will be getting the initial compound of iodoform reaction like this. This is the methyl ketone, okay na? So this methyl ketone will undergo iodoform reaction to give this product S. This is the product S. Now this compound, from where you are getting this compound? This compound is R, and this R you are getting from aldol condensation reaction. So if you are getting this as a product, what I can do is I am going to retroaldol analysis. So in retroaldol, what I will do is I will break the double bond which is formed during aldol condensation reaction and will add water molecule. So this side I will be adding 2 hydrogen, then this side 1 oxygen I can add. Alpha beta unsaturated carbonyl compound. So whichever side carbonyl group is already there, that side I am adding only hydrogens, the other side I am adding oxygen atoms. So that will indicate CH3 C double bond O this side also CH3 C double bond O. Okay na? So this results in 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is a C double bond O CH3, and this is also C double bond O CH3. This is the compound. What is this compound? This is compound Q. This compound Q is formed by reductive ozonolysis. So if you have to get the reductive ozonolysis product, what you can do, I'll write it properly. So this is a reductive ozonolysis product. So this product is obtained when these two carbonyl groups are removed and cyclization is done. So it will be like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 membered ring, and there is a double bond to be formed here between this carbon and this carbon. Double bond should be there, and on both the double bonded carbons there are methyl groups. So this is a methyl, this is also the methyl group. Understanding it? So in this manner you will be getting the compound. So this is compound P. Compound P. So it is a cyclohexene with a 1,2-dimethyl. So this first option is the perfect answer matching. Understanding it? Next. Coming to next question, given below are two statements, K2Cr2O7 and phenolphthalein. This is a question almost related to redox reactions, right? Na? Redox reactions. Redox reactions. K2Cr2O7 can be used as a primary standard. Yes, it is 100% correct. K2Cr2O7 is a primary standard, whereas KMnO4 is a secondary standard. Okay, during the titration reactions. And phenolphthalein is a weak base indicator. This is wrong. Why? Because phenolphthalein is a weak acidic indicator. It itself is an acid, weak acid. So as a weak acid, it behaves and will act like an indicator. So it is a weak acid indicator, but not weak base indicator. So statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is also correct. Statement 1 is correct, statement 2 is wrong, so incorrect. So second statement will be matching perfectly. Coming to third question. In the third question, what he has done, phenol with a HNO3, you are getting phenol with a HNO3, concentrated nitric acid, it should be that you will be getting, first I will write the reaction, phenol with concentrated HNO3, you will be getting ortho para nitrophenols, OH, NO2, and here ortho will be of major product, plus this one, para nitrophenol also. Ortho nitrophenol will be major because of intramolecular hydrogen bonding, and this is a steam distillation. Steam distillation. So on steam distillation, these two can be separated. Understanding it? So this is the point. Now, what is the question? Let us see. Change in percentage of oxygen from phenol to the nitrophenol. So in phenol, how much percentage of oxygen is there, and in any one of the product, because both products are isomers only. So any product you consider, that indicates that gives the same answer only. So in phenol, what is the percentage of oxygen? It is like a C6H6O, sorry, C6H6O. So here percentage of oxygen is 16 by 72 plus 6 plus 16, 12, 14, 9, 94. So this comes to 17%. From here, from 17% oxygen in the initial reactant, any of the product I can consider here. So that already I told you, this is C6H5 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is another one, H5, NO3. So 12 6 is 72, 5 hydrogens, 1 nitrogen, 3 oxygen. Right. So it is like 8, 10, 19, 7, 8, 9, 10, 13, 139. So it is percentage of oxygen in product is 48, because 3 oxygen atoms are there, divided by 139 into 100 into 100. So here also actually it was into 100, because percentage he was calculating. So this comes to around 34.5. So from the 17% coming to 34.5%, so the change in percentage of oxygen is 17.5%, and he is asking change in percentage of oxygen is X%. That means this is the X%. This is the X%. Then what is 2X? 2X is equal to 2 into 17.5, that is 35% will be the answer. Maybe according to the data given available, so this is the answer we are getting, 35%. Little it may be different also from the original question. Then going to the next question. This is a question based on glucose it is given. So it is biomolecules, right? Biomolecules. Now select the correct statements. Glucose has 2 anomeric forms, correct? Alpha and beta anomers are there, and alpha form has more melting point than beta form. What are the melting points of alpha and beta form? Melting point of alpha, how much it is? Melting point of alpha is 146 degrees Celsius, whereas that of melting point of beta is, how much it is? Melting point of beta is 155 degrees Celsius, right? So alpha form will have lesser melting point than beta form. So this is the wrong statement, but this is a correct statement. Then coming to statement C, optical rotation of alpha form is plus 19 degrees and beta form is plus 112 degrees. Alpha form optical rotation plus 112 degrees. Theta of alpha is plus 112 degrees. Beta is plus 19 degrees. Right, beta is 19 degrees, but what is given? Beta is given a reverse. So this is also wrong. Then coming to option D, alpha form crystallizes at 303 Kelvin, whereas beta form crystallizes at 371 Kelvin. Alpha form crystallizes at 303 Kelvin, this is correct, whereas a beta form crystallizing at around 100 degrees Celsius, more or less 371 degrees, 98 degrees given, that is also correct. So both our values are correct, that we can take this as a correct statement. Then coming to, both forms have difference in configuration at C1 carbon. That is why they are called anomers, because they are the aldo sugars, right? Aldohexoses. So aldohexoses, when they are undergoing cyclization, their anomers configuration will be different. Cyclization itself will happen at C1 carbon. If that is of fructose, then this statement will go wrong, because the anomers of fructose will be having the difference in configuration at C2 carbon, but these are aldoses, therefore the configuration with difference will be there at C1 carbon only. So this is also correct. So what are the statements correct here? A, D and E. A, D and E. This is okay. A and D okay. So this is not correct. A, C, D, E. This is also not correct. All of this is also not correct. Even A and D is also not correct. This question is not having the answer here. So, but your answer should be, if these are only the statements, then your answer should be A, D, E. These are the 3 statements correct. So, this is one type of example, unique example, where strong data is required. From NCERT textbook you will find these all values, and also time consumption also will be there. So both together, this type of question, even though there is no calculation, it will come to the difficult side of the question, right? Difficult category of the question, right? So going to the next point here, what amount of residue will be produced on heating 2.76 grams of Ag2CO3? Actually, this is a question of mole concept or stoichiometry. Simple question it is only, right? First of all, we should know the decomposition reaction of Ag2 and Ag2CO3. When Ag2CO3 is undergoing a decomposition, we will be getting 2Ag plus CO2 plus half O2, right? So this is what the very important reaction we should know. After this only you can come. This is actually the residue. He is asking about the residue only, na? This is the gas will escape. This also will go out. So only silver is the residue. Now 2.76 grams. Actually 2.76 grams is the given mass and its molecular mass is 276 grams. So therefore it is a 0.01 mole silver carbonate is undergoing decomposition. If 1 mole is undergoing decomposition, you are getting 2 moles of silver. Then if a 0.01 mole is decomposing, you will be getting 0.02 mole silver residue, right? 0.02 mole silver residue means it is a 0.02 into 108. That means it comes to 216 and 2 decimals here, 2.16 grams silver residue. Understanding, na? So this is an easy question only. 2.16 grams of silver residue will be obtained here. Remaining all are gases only, they will escape out. Next, consider the following reaction. This is also looking like very easy question, right? So in this question, what you need to do? So it is a Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. Friedel-Crafts alkylation reaction. ESR reaction, right? Hydrocarbons you can say, or actually in according to NCERT, ESR reaction is given in haloalkanes and haloarenes. Under a haloarene, chlorobenzene, he has done different electrophilic substitution reactions, right now. So particular chapter, it can be told under hydrocarbons or haloarenes also. Now when benzene is reacted with N-propyl chloride in presence of AlCl3 Lewis acid, what is the product formed? Actually, what will happen here, when you are taking N-propyl chloride and treated with AlCl3, you will be getting CH3, CH2 plus AlCl4 minus. Now this primary carbocation will undergo rearrangement into a secondary carbocation, that is CH3 plus isopropyl carbocation. It is a secondary carbocation or isopropyl carbocation. This is the isopropyl carbocation which will attack on benzene. So when isopropyl carbocation is attacking on benzene and substituting the H plus ion here, you will be actually getting isopropyl benzene, that is cumin. Isopropyl benzene, cumin. Now let's see which options are incorrect he is asking. Here also time consumption will be there, but similar type of options are given. We can do it comparatively easier. First option you see, rearrangement of carbocation occurs. Is it rearrangement happening or not? Yes, it is happening. Therefore, first option is correct, right? Sorry, I will write it the other side because he is asking for incorrect. Na? So statement is correct. I mean to say, isopropyl benzene is a major product formed. Yes, this is the isopropyl benzene major product. So this statement is also correct. Therefore, this is not the answer. The product is less reactive than benzene towards electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction. No, aromatic electrophilic substitution reaction, rate of reaction is increased by electron releasing group, and isopropyl group is a electron releasing group by positive inductive effect and also hyperconjugation. Therefore, product is more reactive than the reactant benzene towards the ESR reaction. This statement is wrong. right? Then isopropyl cation intermediate is formed during the reaction. Yes, first we are getting N-propyl carbocation, which is rearranging into isopropyl carbocation. So this statement is also correct. So according to the 4 statements given, third statement is the perfect answer where it is not matching. It is not correct, right? So next question, you see, very simple ionic equilibrium related question. It is ionic equilibrium. So in this question, what is the concept they have given? He is asking the pH of the solution. Which solution? It is a basic solution because aqueous KOH it is. And what is its concentration? 10 to the power of minus 7 molar concentration, right? So OH minus ion concentration here from the KOH is 10 to the power of minus 7 molar, because KOH is a strong electrolyte, so alpha is 100% dissociation. So complete dissociation to give 10 to the power of minus 7 moles of H plus ions, right? But along with this, as this solution is a highly dilute solution, along with this you should also consider OH minus ions coming from dissociation of water also. OH minus ions coming from dissociation of water at 25 degrees Celsius is also again 10 to the power of minus 7 molar. So the concentration of OH minus ion here is, total concentration of OH minus ion is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7, that POH is POH is 2 minus, sorry, 7 minus 7 minus log 2 n. So 7 minus log 2 means 7 minus 0.301, that is 6.7 is the POH. But what you need, what he is asking is not POH, he is asking pH. Therefore it should be 14 minus 6.7, it comes to 7.3 around. So roughly it will come to around 7.3, 7.2 to 7.3. You can say that this is not the one, this is not the one, this is the option matching, and this is also very closer. So therefore accurate calculation is a very important in any of the questions, right? So next so these all about chemistry questions or whatever we have received till now. Now along with me, our Rahul Vidyarthi sir, physics faculty, is ready to give you explanations for the physics set of questions. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I'll take over from here. We have received few questions based on memory, and for JEE Mains 5th April session 1. Okay, so let's start. First question over here is based basically on AC, and this question will not too tough and not too easy as well, as it requires calculation. In an AC source of angular frequency omega is connected across a resistor R and a capacitor C in series. That means we are talking about RC series circuit across an AC. The current is observed as I. Now the frequency is changed to omega phi 4, keeping the voltage constant. So voltage is not changing over here. The current is found to be I by 3. The ratio of resistance to reactance at frequency omega is. First thing, if I talk about Xc, that is the reactance of what do we call as capacitor, and that over here is given as 1 by omega c, but this is changing in the case 2. Case 2, what is the value of Xc dash over here? That is given as 1 by omega by 4 into c, that means 4 by omega c, which is equal to 4 times of Xc, correct? That means over here the reactance is changing. Now if I want the current can be written as voltage divided by the impedance. And what is the impedance over here? Under root R square plus Xc square in case 1. And in the case 2, this current is supposed to be I by 3, and since the voltage is same, it is V by under root R square plus 4 times of Xc square, 4 times of Xc whole square. That is what we know, correct? Now after this, if I want, we can place I over here. So we will get V by 3 under root R square plus XC square. That is equal to V by under root R square plus 16 XC square. This is the equation over here. Now we can cancel out V, or we can compare the denominators directly. I'm going to compare the denominator. So over here 9 into R square plus XC square must be equal to R square plus 16 XC square. So over here it will become 9 R square minus R square must be equal to 16 XC square minus XC square. Correct or not? This is the ratio over here. Sorry, 9 XC square. So over here it will become 8 R square, and this over here 16 minus 9, that is 7 XC square. So over here R by XC square whole square will be equal to 7 by 8. So R by XC is equal to under root 7 by 8. This is the ratio for this R by XC. Done? Next. This is a question based on electromagnetic induction, to be exact self-induction, and over here we are not considering the mutual induction, correct? So over here in a circuit given below, L1 equals L2 equals L3, let us suppose all are L. The total energy stored in the system is E1 and energy stored in L2 is E2. Find the ratio of E1 by E2. So over here if current I is going, what will happen? The current will be divided among these two, I by 2 and I by 2 over here, and easily we can write the total energy, correct? So what is the total energy over here? E1 can be written as half into L into I square plus half into L into I by 2 whole square multiplied by 2, correct? This is the total energy over here. What is the value? Half Li square plus half, and this over here 2 and 2 will cancel out. So Li square by 4 over here, correct or not? Now if I want 2 by 4 over here, so 3 Li square by 4, that is the total energy. And what is the energy inside of this L2 over here? So the energy inside L2 is E2, which is given as half into L into I by 2 whole square, that is I square by 4. So if I want to take the ratio of E1 by E2, what will be the ratio? E1 is given as 3 Li square by 4 divided by Li square by 8. So Li square by 4 can be cancelled in 1 by 2 times. So over here the ratio will become 6. Option 3. Done? Next. In YDSE setup, this is one of the easiest problems you can face in this JEE Mains exam. It is based basically on wave optics, and we know that if light changes its medium, and on changing the medium, obviously its wavelength will change, correct or not? Its corresponding wavelength will change. So if initially it was lambda, when it is going into water, it will correspond to lambda by mu. That is what we know. So over here correspondingly the value of beta will change as well, and they have given this question based on beta as well. See, in fringe width is 2.4 micrometer. If we submerge the setup in a liquid of refractive index 1.2, then find the new fringe width. So what is the fringe width? Nu equals beta divided by mu that is equal to 2.4 micrometer divided by 1.2. This will cancel out 2 times, so it is equal to 2 micrometer, correct? So the answer for this is 2. Next, breaking stress of both wires is 1.2 into 10 to the power 8. Area of cross section of both wires is given. Find the maximum value of M such that no wire breaks. Find the maximum value of M such that no wire breaks. But for that calculation we'll see. Over here a word is given, breaking stress. So what is breaking stress? Breaking stress is simply breaking force divided by area. That means breaking tension over here divided by area, which is given as 1.2 into 10 to the power 8 Newton per meter square, correct? Now if I want the breaking force, what will it be? 1.2 into 10 to the power 8 multiplied by area. which is given over here 8 into 10 to the power minus 3 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 4. This is the value of area over here. This is in centimeter square. We have converted that into meter square. So what is the value over here? 1.2 multiplied by 8 multiplied by 10 over here, 10 to the power minus 7, 10 to the power 8. So over here it is 12 into 8, that is the value of breaking force. Now we know that both of these wires are getting hanged from 3 kg and m over here, correct? So the tension in this wire is equal to T2 must be equal to mg only. But when I look at this wire over here, T1, it is equal to 30 Newton plus 10 m. Correct or not? Over here it is nothing but 10 m only, but over here 30 plus 10 m. So which wire has more tendency to break? The wire in which the tension is more. So which wire has tension, more tension over here? First wire has more tension. So we can write over here 30 plus 10 m must correspond to 12 into 8, that is the breaking stress or maximum value of stress over here. So 10 m over here must be equal to 12 into 8 minus 30. What is the value? 96 minus 30, that is 66. So m over here is 66 divided by 10, that is 6.6 kg. Option 1. Done? Next, this question over here is directly based on kinematics, that is under motion under gravity, and we have seen these questions from class 9th and again in class 11. So over here this is one of the easiest possible questions you can face. What is the answer over here? Let me describe it. Over here, if we are dropping a ball from here, we know that its velocity will keep on increasing. Its velocity will keep on increasing. So at certain distance, let us say this distance over here is y, the velocity is equal to acceleration, and we already know what is the acceleration. That is equal to 10 meter per second square. So basically it is asking the distance from the ground at which the velocity will become 10 meter per second. The numerical value, I am not talking about the units. What is the formula for V? Since it is starting from rest, V square equals U square plus 2 into A into S. Correct or not? Yes or no? We can apply that. So over here V square equals U square plus 2 into A into S, or if you want we can, yes, we can apply this formula only. V square equals 2 into G into Y over here, and V over here or V square. What is the V square? 100. Let me write it over here. V square equals 100 must be equal to 2 into 10 into Y over here. That means this will become 5. So Y over here is 5 meter, correct? That means when it will fall 5 meter from the above, then its velocity will become equal to acceleration, that is equal to 10. So what will be the height from the ground if the total height is 18 meter? That is equal to 13 meter over here. What is the answer for this? 13 meter from the ground. Next, displacement current inside a capacitor is 4 ampere and capacitance is 6 microfarad. Find the ratio of change of voltage across capacitor. So what is the formula of rate of change? This is not ratio, this is rate of change. Rate of change of voltage across a capacitor. So how to deal with this formula over here? We already know that across the capacitor current is given by dq by dt, correct or not? What is the formula? dq by dt, that is rate of charge change, is what we call as current. Over here we also have the formula I can be written as d by dt and q can be written as c into v. But if c is changing over here, no. But since it is in charging condition, V must be changing. So over here I can be written as C into dV by dt. So over here rate of voltage change, that is dV by dt, must be equal to I by C. And what is the value of I over here? That is already given 4 ampere and C is 6 into 10 to the power minus 6. Over here it is 2 by 3 into 10 to the power 6, that is 0.66 into 10 to the power 6. So over here 6.6 into 10 to the power 5. What is the value? Rate of change of voltage is 6.6 into 10 to the power 5, option 1. Next question over here. In a region where electric field exists as minus 2 E naught I cap, initially at t equals 0, the velocity of the particle of mass m is 4 V naught, and over here lambda naught, that is its initial wavelength, is related as lambda naught equals h by 4 m V naught at instant t equals 0. Then find lambda in terms of lambda naught or lambda at any instant t. That is our relation. So what is the formula? We already know that lambda is nothing but h by p. Correct or not? What is the value of lambda? H by p. And this over here can be written as h into h by m into v. But do we know the value of v over here? No. So we need to calculate that v. So v can be written as v naught. V can be written as v naught plus a into t. Since acceleration and particles mass is m, what is the value of charge? Let us say the charge is given as q. So over here the value of velocity v naught minus 2. Over here 2 e naught into q divided by what is the mass? M. So over here m into t, that is the relation 2 e naught into q by m. But over here what is the initial velocity? At t equals 0, velocity of the particle of mass m is 4 v naught. So instead of v naught it is 4 v naught, correct? So 4 v naught minus 2 e naught into q divided by m into t, that is the value of velocity at any time t. Now over here if I want, we need m into v. So let me multiply m over here. So m into v is nothing but 4m into v naught minus 2 e naught into q into t over here. This is the relation. Now 4m v naught we need in terms of lambda over here. Can we express? Yes, we have the expression over here. So lambda naught is given in terms of h divided by 4m v naught. I'll express 4m v naught over here. 4m v naught equals h by lambda naught. Now place it over here. M into v must be equal to h by lambda naught minus 2 e naught into q into t. I'll take the LCM, h minus 2 e naught into lambda naught into q into t divided by lambda naught. Place it over there. So wavelength at any time will become lambda equals h into lambda naught divided by h minus 2 e naught into q into lambda naught into t. This is the relation over here, correct? Second. Next, for a wave equation is given as this. Find the minimum distance between consecutive crest. Tell me, what do you mean by consecutive crest? Consecutive crest. So if I draw the curve over here, we know that this over here is one crest, then this is the second crest. So what is the distance between two consecutive crests over here? That is equal to wavelength, correct or not? So over here basically it is asking for the wavelength. Do we know from the relation? Yes. We already know that if somehow we get the propagation constant, that is k over here, then we can write this k as 2 pi by lambda. And what is k? The coefficient of x. Do we have over here? Yes, x over here, then this is the coefficient of x. So it is given as 18 into 10 to the power minus 3 equals 2 pi by lambda. So over here this is 9, then lambda over here will become 1000 pi divided by 9 meter. That is option 2. Done? Okay. Okay. Now maths will take over from here. Thank you everyone.
Hello student, myself Vivek Kumar, Mathematics Senior Faculty at Regional Hyderabad. So now we are going to discuss about the mathematics paper. Already have you seen 7 to 8 sum. Now next sum we are going to be discussed with all of you. Yeah, this sum belongs to the trigo. So you can say the combination of trigo and quadratic equation. So what we can find from here, tan A plus tan B is equal to tan A plus tan B is equal to 2 and tan A into tan B is equal to minus 5. So from here we can find the tan A plus B value. So as we know the tan A plus B is equal to tan A plus tan B plus tan B 1 minus tan A into tan B. So from here we can get the 2 and 1 minus 5 is equal to 6. So value we can get 1 by 3. So tan A plus B is equal to, we can get here 1 by 3. Now you can see 10 into 2 sine square A plus B by 2. So 10, this is equal to, we can write 1 minus cos A plus B. Tan A plus B is equal to 1 by 3. Tan A plus B is equal to 1 by 3. So this will come, hypotenuse is equal to 10. So here the value we can write 10, 1 minus 3 by root 10. So 10 root 10 minus 3 divided by root 10. This cancels, so we can get the 10 minus 3 root 10. Easy question only, even the calculation is not at all lengthy. You can easily solve, it will take hardly the 1 minute to solve this sum. Yeah, next sum. Next sum belongs to different integration. What you have to do here, pi by 6, pi by 3, can we write this one 4 minus 1 plus cot square x, and 1 by cos to the power 4x is there. So can you write this one sec square x into sec square x dx, pi by 6 to pi by 3, 3 minus cot square x, and this one you can write 1 plus tan square x and sec square x dx. Now you can take the tan x is equal to be t. If you can take the tan x is equal to t, so from here we can get pi by 6 1 by root 3 and this is root 3. This value is equal to 3 minus 1 by t square. This one 1 plus t square and this one sec square x dx equal to dt. So very easily we can find this thing. Now this become simple. So 3 minus 1 by t square plus 3t square minus 1. Now we can do this integration and we can put the upper limit and lower limit. Then we can get the answer is equal to 32 root 3 by 9. Now we can see the next sum. Next sum belongs to the vector. So you can see here R cross A plus B cross A. So from here R plus B cross A is equal to be 0. So R plus B is equal to lambda A. because this vector and this vector is going to become a parallel, so we can write r plus b is equal to lambda a. So r is equal to lambda a minus b. Another thing is given there, r dot a. So you can write the r value there, means lambda a minus b dot a is equal to be 0. So lambda a dot a minus a dot b is equal to be 0. So lambda is equal to, we can get a dot b a square. Now a dot b value is equal to, by the way I is not there, so jj1, a and b dot product we can take here. So from here this one minus 2 and modulus of a whole square. So you can see the value will come here 9. Root 9 is the 3 whole square is equal to 9, means minus 1 by 9. So we can find the lambda value from here. Once we can find the lambda value here, so those lambda value we can keep there here, then we can find the r value. Once we can find the r value, so that modulus only with the multiply with the 3. So this calculation are very easy, and finally you can get the option number 44. So this question is also very easy sum only, and the very less calculation also. Yeah, next sum we can see. This sum belongs to the functional equation. So by seeing this one only, we can say this is the linear function only. If it is the linear function, that means f of x is equal to, we have to be assume here ax plus b. Now in this function you can put the value of this one, then you can find b is equal to be 0. If the b is equal to 0, that means f of x is equal to ax. One another information is given here, f dash 0 is equal to be 3. So now you can differentiate this one. If you can differentiate this one, then you can find a. Now you can put the value 0 is equal to a is equal to 3. So we can get here the value is equal to 3. So our function become f of x is equal to 3x. So we can get here f of x equal to 3x. Now you can put the value here. G of x is equal to 3 plus ex into 3x. They are asking about find the minimum value of the g of x. So for finding the minimum value of g of x, we have to be differentiate this function. So now we are differentiating this function. G dash x is equal to, this is the 0, 3 x ex plus ex is equal to be 0. By the way, ex is not going to become a 0. So we can say here the x is equal to minus 1. X equal to minus 1, so it is going to become a minimum. Now you can put the value 3 plus e to the power minus 1, 3 and minus 3 also. So 3, 1 minus 1 by e, that means 3e minus 1 by e. So we can get here the first option. This question is also easy, and the less calculation are there. Now we can come to the another sum. Yeah, this sum belongs to the circle and the parabola. Once we can read the sum, they are asking the find the maximum possible distance of P from the vertex of this one. Means the P any point on the circle. So from the vertex of the parabola, that point distance is the maximum. So first of all, the vertex you can find. How the vertex will come? Y square plus 6y plus 9 is equal to, we can write here minus x minus 4. So y plus 3 whole square, and minus you can take the common, so x plus 4 we can get here.
Here the vertex coordinate is equal to what we can get here. This equate with the 0, this equate with the 0. So minus 4 comma minus 3. So minus 4 comma minus 3 is the vertex of the parabola. Now we can see the circle center is 3 comma 4, 3 comma 4, and radius is equal to, we can get the 2. Because 25 minus 21. So 4 will come, under root of 4 is equal to 2. So radius we can get here the 2. And center is equal to 3 comma 4. So distance from vertex to the center, so 3 plus 4 whole square, 4 plus 3 whole square under root, that means 7 root 2. So from the center we can get this distance, but they are asking about the maximum length. So maximum length what? From the center to the other point it will come. If the other point it will go, so that is equal to be the radius. So maximum length is equal to 2 plus 7 root 2. In the same question, if they will ask about find the minimum, so what we can do, from the center to the vertex length minus radius. So 7 root 2 minus 2 is the minimum length. Yeah. Now we can come to the next sum. This sum belongs to the ellipse. Eccentricity is given and focus 4 comma 0. So focus 4 comma 0. So what is the value? A is equal to 4. So A into 4 by 5 is equal to 4. So A is equal to 5. So we can get the A value here. After getting A value, E value is already given. Then we can find the B value. So E is equal to under root of 1 minus B square by A square. So B square by 25. Now squaring on both sides. By the way, E value is equal to given 4 by 5. So value will come 16 by 25 squaring there. So 25 minus B square by 25. This and this cancel. B square is equal to 9, means the B value is equal to 3. So now we can get the equation of the ellipse. So equation of the ellipse is x square by 25 plus y square by 9 is equal to 1. Once again we can read the question. What the question is asking? First of all, draw the diagram of the ellipse. Focus denoted by S 4 comma 0. And one point is there 3 comma alpha. So point here you can take the P, that is the 3. Alpha we can find from here. So 3 you can keep here. So 9 by 25 plus alpha square by 9 is equal to 1. So alpha square by 9 is equal to 1 minus 9 by 25. So this one is equal to 16 by 25. So alpha is equal to 9 into 16 by 25 under root 3 into 4 by 5 means 12 by 5. So we can get the alpha value is equal to 12 by 5. Asking about the area of the triangle POS. O means I think center only. So this triangle we have to be find. This is a coordinate rather 0, 0. Easily you can find the area half 0, 0, 1, 3, 12, 5, and this value is equal to 1. This value is equal to 1, 4, 0, 1, 1. Now this is equal to, we can take here, area is equal to half. From 1 we can take, so 0 minus 4 into 12 by 5. So from here, this 2, so 24 by 5. So option number 3 is our correct. This question is also less calculation only. Now we can see the next sum. Now we can see the next sum. Next sum is there, Kanpur and Anantapur. By the way, this sum is there in your Rejo material, your Rejo C. Only there, Tata Nagar and the Calcutta is there. In place of the Tata Nagar and Calcutta, they are given the Kanpur and Anantapur. What they are saying, later is posted from the either Kanpur or Anantapur when the envelope was upon only the AN was visible, then the probability that it came from the Anantapur. So probability it came from the Anantapur divided by probability from the Anantapur and Kanpur. Yeah. So Anantapur it will come here only you can see AN. So what are the chances are there? AN will come, NA will come, AN will come, NT will come, like that. So n possibility 2 times. So we can write 2 by how many later? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 7. So n later from the Anantapur it will come 2 by 7. Now from the Kanpur we can see KA, n only the 1 will come like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. By the way, only the 2 places are there, so chances are 50-50%. So that means the 1 by 2 chances only. We can use the Bayes theorem. 1 by 2 into 2 by 7 divided by 1 by 2 into 1 by 5 plus 1 by 2 into 2 by 7. This thing. Now 1 by 2 we are going to be cancelled, and we can do the calculation here. 2 by 7, take the LCM, 35, 7, and this is the 10. So 2 by 7 into 17 into 35, this is 5. So 5 into 2, 10, 10 by 17. So probability is equal to 10 by 17. So this question is also not very much calculative. It will take again the less time only. Next sum. Yeah. So now chemistry sir is going to be start the paper discussion with all of you. So again the next sum. Again I will meet you. Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, see the question now. See this. What is the number of valence electrons on nitrogen atom in NO2 minus 1? So this question from the inorganic chemistry, very important chapter, chemical bonding and molecular structures, and this is from the Lewis representations. From that we can get this. Now if you are taking nitrogen, it is NO2 minus 1. So actually there are 5 electrons in the valence shell of nitrogen plus 1. So total 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 2 oxygen atoms. This is one oxygen and this is O. A D2 bond is forming and this is a covalent bond. Okay. So after that, how many electrons are there? Here it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So total 8 electrons are present in the valence shell of nitrogen. It is a very easy question. It is based on the chemical bonding molecular structure Lewis representations. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. See this question. Consider the following statement regarding the stability of carbanions. It is from the GOC. We know that stability of carbanion, it will be decreasing if there is a plus I effect. Now if you see the methyl carbanion, it is more stable when compared to the ethyl carbanion. It is more stable when compared to the tertiary butyl carbocation, carbanion. So see this. This is a methyl. This is ethyl group, and this is more bulkier group, and bulkiness plus a group is increasing. As a plus effect is increasing, stability of the carbanion is decreasing. Okay, if it is minus effect, then the stability will be increasing, reverse order. So statement 1 is a correct statement. There is no problem with this. Go to the second statement. They said that this is due to the stability of due to the plus effect. Yeah, it's correct. Now benzyl and allyl carbanions are more stable. Here resonance will be playing a role. Resonance. Yes, due to resonance effect. So both are correct statements. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are true. Like there is no much ambiguity in this question. It is directly based on the fundamental basics only on the GOC, stability of carbanion. Let's move to the next question. Mole fraction of water in 10% weight by weight solution of aqueous urea. So this is from the solutions and qualitative properties, concentration terms. Now if you see here, first of all find molality. How to find molality? They gave you 10% weight by weight, 10 by 60 into 1000 by 100. Okay, so molality of the solution you are finding, it comes around 1.66, around 1.66. Then there is a derived formula we are having. Mole fraction of solute is equal to molality by molality plus 55.5. If water is a solvent, directly we can take it as 55.5. So it will be 1.66 by 1.66 plus 55.5. If you are solving this, it will come around 0.029. Now we should be very careful here. Why? We are having answer 0.029, but they are asking you mole fraction of solvent water. Okay, so if you want to find the mole fraction of solvent, how can we get it? Mole fraction of solute plus mole fraction of solvent is equal to 1. So mole fraction of solvent is equal to 1 minus 0.029. It comes to be 0.96. So this is also a formula based easy question. Easily by substituting we are going to get the answer. Let's move on to the next question. Now the correct order of electronegativity. So from which chapter they are asking this question? It is from the classification of elements and periodic properties, and specifically it is from the periodic properties. Now see this, the correct order of electronegativity of fluorine, oxygen and nitrogen is. On the Pauling scale we know that what is the value of fluorine? It is around 4, oxygen is 3.5, nitrogen is 3. It is correct statement. Statement 1 is correct. Sorry, statement 1 is correct. The oxidation state of oxygen in OF2, what do we call this? It is not oxide, it is oxyfluoride, and also we know that fluorine will never show positive oxidation state. So it will be OF2, if you are taking, it will be x plus 2 into minus 1 equal to 0, x equal to plus 2. So in oxyfluoride it is plus 2. Then what about sodium oxide? Na2O, if you are taking, sodium will be plus 1, 2 into a plus 1 plus x equal to 0, x equal to minus 2. Now the oxidation state of oxygen in OF2, oxyfluoride, is plus 2 and sodium oxide is minus 2. It is a correct statement. Both are correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. There is no problem with this. This is a based on the NCERT values, NCERT concept, we can easily do this question. Let's move on to the next question. See this from the inorganic chemistry, coordination compounds. They mentioned in coordination complexes, each electron in T2G orbitals stabilized by minus 0.4 delta naught, and that of EG orbitals stabilizes by destabilizes by 0.6 delta naught. See, according to the crystal field theory, in the presence of ligand, d orbitals are splitting into set of 2, T2G, and EZ. T2G contains dxy, dyz and dzx, and EZ contains dz square and dx square minus y square. Electron entering into the T2G decreasing the energy by minus 0.4 delta naught, whereas electron entering into the EG increase the energy by 0.6 delta naught. So see the statement one again. In octahedral complexes, each electron in T2G orbitals stabilized by minus 0.4 delta naught, and that of EZ destabilizes by 0.6 delta naught. So what is this? It is a correct statement. Statement 2, what did they mention? All the d electrons are of the same energy, means we call that as, what we call it, degenerate orbitals. When ligands are not approaching the central metal atom, all the d orbitals are having same energy. It is a true statement. All the d orbitals of same energy, but after complex is formed, degeneracy is disturbed. According to crystal field theory, it is also correct. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. It is based on very important theory from the coordination compounds, crystal field theory. See this. Again, one more question. In this shift, they asked from the pH ionic equilibrium. What is it? Arrange the following mixtures in the increasing order of pH at 25 degrees Celsius. Each solution is decimolar, means 0.1 molar. Now see the options what they gave you. First of all, if you are taking this as, if you are taking acid part as M1V1 and base part as M2V2. Now if you are calculating this, now see this here. What is M1V1? They gave you, each one is having 0.1 molar, M1V1. V1 is 10, so it is 1 millimole. M2V2, it will be, there are 2 OH minus N's, 2 into 10 into 0.1, it will be 2 millimoles. Now, what is concentration now? It will be M2V2 is greater than M1V1, so definitely it is having basic nature. Okay, so how can we get this? M3 is equal to 2 minus 1 by total volume 10. It will be 1 by 20. It will be 0.05 concentration of OH minus ion, 5 into 10 to the power of minus 2. Keep it like this. This is for the option A. Then what about option B? If you calculate this, for the option B, M1V1 is equal to 10 into 0.1, same like earlier, 1 millimole. M2V2 is equal to 25 into 2 into 0.1, it will be 5 millimoles. Again, M2V2 greater than M1V1, so M3 is equal to M2V2 minus M1V1 by V3 if you are taking, it will be 5 minus 1. So 5 minus 1 by total volume of the mixture is equal to 35, 4 by 35. Okay, this is also concentration of OH minus ion only. Then what about the C? Here there are 2 acids here. Okay, mixture of 2 acids. M1V1 plus M2V2 is equal to M3V3. M1V1 is equal to 10 into 0.1. So again, I don't want to write the same thing. It will be 1. And what about here? It is 2 into 10 into 0.1. So it will be 2. M3 into V3, 20. M3 is equal to 3 by 20, but it is H plus ion. Now, in which of the following, okay, so in which of the following they are asking us pH is highest, increasing order we have to write. So what is the correct order? It will be C less than, it is least because it is more acidic nature, A less than B. If you are applying the formula, once we get this, applying pH, then again substituting, we are going to get the values. We got pOH value. Here it is OH minus now. From that we can find pOH. pH plus pOH is equal to 14 if you substitute. Then C less than, A less than B, we are going to get. So if you ask about the complexity, it is lengthy but not difficult question. Easily we can solve. Okay. So let's move on to the next question. See this. This from the organic chemistry 12th class. What they gave you. This is a very famous reaction. What is it? Gabriel Thallamate synthesis. Now see this one's. Statement 1. They gave you an amide in the presence of sodium hydroxide and bromine. Primary aromatic amines are forming. What will happen here? This carbon will be eliminated. Then what will be forming as a result of that? It will be forming NH2. CH2, NH2. Say this. One carbon will be eliminated. This C double bond will be eliminated. So it is a step down mechanism, and what will be forming? Amines are forming. Primary amines are forming. It is correct. Now, second option, if you are taking second option, amines can be prepared by Gabriel Thallamate synthesis. We can prepare this. We can prepare the amines by using the Gabriel Thallamate synthesis. Both are correct statements. Next, they gave you a compound, an alkene. These from the alkenes, hydrocarbons alkenes. Now alkenes, when on reacting with certain reagent, an alcohol is forming, they are asking us. So what is the reagent? What is the specific reagent you can take from here? They gave us PCC. What is PCC? PCC is a specific reagent. It will be converting alcohols into aldehydes. Okay, but here they are giving you here alkene. It is not useful for us. So concentrate sulfuric acid in the presence of H3PO4. Then what will be happening here? Here hydrolysis will take place and alcohol will be forming. It is a proper. Then what about the second part they are asking us? Diols are forming here. Diol reacts with on reaction with R, the product obtained is. What is happening in the next case? Dehydration reaction takes place. Dehydration occurs. Elimination reaction. This product is possible. 3 is the answer. So this from the hydrocarbons part, and here there are multiple reactions involved and multiple reagents are involved. It is a very good reaction, right? Let's move on to the next question. Consider the following statement. This from the atomic structure. Ground state electronic configuration of chromium is 4s1 3d5. Yes, it is correct. Anomalous configuration, it is correct. Now see the second part. The size of 2px orbital is smaller than 3py. Yes, because n value has to be taken into consideration. Yeah, greater than value, bigger will be the size. So this is also correct statement. Both are correct. Heisenberg uncertainty principle is applicable only for electrons. Actually, it is applicable for subatomic particles which are having very less mass. Okay, which are having microscopic particles, not macroscopic, negligible mass. So wrong. Then energy of 2s is equal to energy of 2s of lithium. Actually, 2s of hydrogen is greater than 2s of lithium. So what is answer? A and B only. This will be the answer. Now let's move on. And what about the is it a difficult question? Actually, it is totally based on the NCERT level. Okay, so now I'm giving like we are going for the paper analysis. So please.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. So let's see on analyze the chemistry test paper. Whatever the questions we have collected, let's see what from which chapters, which concepts they have come, and if any difficulty level they have added in any of the questions, and how the distribution was there between 11th and 12th standard, and also the difficulty level. So coming to overall, there were 21 questions which we have collected here. Among these 21 questions, among these 21 questions, if you see, there are like 11 standard 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13 questions are there of 11 standard only, and 8 questions are there of 12 standard. So with this you can understand majority or large number of questions were given from the 11 standard, but again it is only of 21 questions, remaining 4 questions supposed to be of 12 standard according to this data we can say. But in general, remember this point, 11th and 12th is not 50-50 in chemistry, 11th is 40 to 45%, whereas the 12th is 55 to 60%. So that is one point you have to keep in mind. And coming to the difficulty level also, majority of the questions are in the moderate level, but even these are classified as moderate. These are with respect to the students' perspective, we have classified them as moderate, but otherwise these were also the questions which are very comfortable, can be solved very easily if the concepts are very clearly known, and majority of the questions are linked with NCERT data, NCERT content. As already I have told you, in the similar manner the questions have come. So you have to understand here, only 2 of the questions were very challenging, we kept on the difficult side, and otherwise a majority of the questions are either easy or moderate. Now coming to chapter wise, how the questions were there. One question from the chemical bonding, where as usual from valence bond theory it was, and quantitative analysis. This is the 5th shift in April session, and in this chapter, even in this session also, even in this shift paper also, the question has come. Mandatorily, the question will be coming from organic compound quantitative analysis, right? Then atomic structure, quantum numbers. So in yesterday's paper we got atomic structure, Bohr's model, and today we got the question on the same chapter, quantum numbers. Then redox reaction, redox titration related, K2Cr2O7 primary standard, and phenolphthalein related question also asked. Mole concept, stoichiometry, very simple calculation based, and hydrocarbon organic reaction, whatever the hydrocarbon alkene properties were there, accordingly the question was designed, but that was also simple. Ionic equilibrium, very simple and very routine type of question they have asked. 10 to the power of -7 molar aqueous KOH solution, what is the pH, right now? So it's a basically a basic solution, but because of very high diluted solution, even though it is basic, it will be very closer to 7, but still less than more than 7. Like we have calculated also, it came to 7.3. One more question from chemical bonding, where Lewis dot structures question was asked. Then question as usual, GOC. In the previous shifts we got the question in GOC on electronic effects and stability of carbocation, and here we have got it on stability of carbanions. Primary, secondary, tertiary carbanions are given, and to compare them and give the stability order. Then one question from periodic table on electronegativity. Yesterday before paper discussion, even today also before paper discussion, I have told you from periodic table the properties whatever are there, atomic properties whatever are there, atomic size, ionic size, Z effective, electronegativity, electron affinity, ionization energy, and oxidation, that is nature of oxides, right? So these are the properties within periodic table chapter you have to read. So that is one question from electronegativity, we got it here. And one more question came today in ionic equilibrium, that is also from pH only, that was also simple. Then hydrocarbons, alkene properties, then atomic structure, electronic configuration, and Heisenberg's related question. Just now only Dinesh sir has discussed that question, I think. Then from chemical kinetics, order of reaction, whether they are asking from 0 order or first order, or in general on order or kinetics, rate constant related or half-life, like these are only the majority of the model of questions from kinetics. Then amines, definitely one question is definitely, not even one question, more than 2 questions will be coming from nitrogen containing organic compounds, especially amines and nitro compounds. This is another proof that another question from phenol, chemical properties related. Then biomolecules we got from carbohydrates. Yesterday we got 2 questions from biomolecule, 1 amino acid, 1 carbohydrate, but this time we got from 1 question only from biomolecule. Solution as mandatory, 1 question to come, they have given from solution, but this time the question was not on the colligative properties, it was confined to concentration terms only, because so if already you have studied mole concept or stoichiometry in 11th standard, it is the bonus question, like you can understand that colligative property was not asked. And coordination compounds, crystal field theory, as usual repeated question only, and amines you can see here one more question it is repeated. As I was telling, nitrogen containing organic compounds is mandatory to be prepared. Preparation of amines related, and hydrocarbons and carbonyl compounds interconversion was there. I only have discussed it in a multiple reagents were there, like A is giving us to B to C to D, then what is the structure of D, like that they have asked the question. This type of question little more complex, because a group of reagents function we should know. If one reagent also in between we miss its function, then solving the entire question will become more challenging and also time consuming, right? So in this manner, today's chemistry paper is easier only, and also scoring subject in comparison to physics and maths. And also whatever the April shift chemistry papers we are seeing, this is the 5th paper today, but still all these 5 papers are easy only in comparison to January paper. So this is also one point you have to keep in mind. It is not guarantee that evening paper or 6th or 8th April paper also will be easy, but it is in the same lines as yesterday. So therefore, let's hope it in a similar manner, and all the best. Thank you. Along with me, Vishal sir is there to take the analysis of physics part. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. So, hello students, my name is Vishal Sarva and I am a physics faculty at Residence Chola branch. I hope all of you are doing really good. So, if we discuss some remaining question of physics, then we will discuss the analysis of physics paper. So, there are some more question in physics. We will discuss that first. Okay, so we have this question. Okay, so from thermodynamics, this question is there. For ideal gas, n number of moles, CV is molar specific heat, gamma is adiabatic exponent of gases, T final, T initial, R gas quotient. So question is, assertion is given, n CV Tf minus Ti equals to nR gamma minus 1 Tf minus Ti, whether it is true or not. So we know that CV equals to R gamma minus 1. So n delta T R CV equals to R gamma minus 1. So that means this equation is correct. So assertion is correct. Now reason, we already know that gamma equals to 1 plus 2 by f, where f is degree of freedom. So this is also correct. But they do not have any relation between these two sentences. That means option 2 is correct. So both assertion and reason are correct, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Okay, so simple formula based question, you can easily score plus 4 marks. So if you move to the next question. So next question is on the top surface of a cube. Okay, so it's a question from elasticity. So this length is L, length equal to 5 centimeter. This is 5 centimeter. Okay, and F is acting tangentially, lower surface is fixed, and find the shifting x modulus of rigidity is given eta tan equals to 5. Okay, so if we solve this question, we know that modulus of rigidity eta will be shear stress divided by shear strain. Okay, now shear stress will be force upon area. So force divided by area of top surface is a cube. Okay, so top surface will be a square, so L square divided by shear strain. So shear strain will be this displacement x divided by this length L and L cancel. Eta equals to F into x into L. Now we have to find the value of x. X will be F into eta by L. Now force is given is F only. So F divided by eta is 10 to power 5. 10 to power 5 into length is given 5 centimeter. That means 5 into 10 to power minus 2. 5 into 10 to power minus 2. So answer will be F into 5 into 10 to power 3. So 5000. So option 1 is correct answer. Simple. If you know the formula for to calculate modulus of rigidity, eta equals to shear stress by shear strain, you can easily score plus 4 marks. Next question. So next question is from logic gate. In all the shifts there is one question of logic gates. Okay, so both LED will switch on. That means LED 1 and LED 2 are switch on. That means here the output should be 1 and 1. So which of the following options are correct, we have to check. So we know this is OR gate and this is AND 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 gate. So now if we talk about LED 1, so if LED 1 has output of 1, that means it is OR gate. That means A plus B equals to 1. So it means either A is 1 or B is 1. So there are three possibilities: A 1 1, 0 1 and 1 0. So at least one of A and B has to be 1. Okay, if we talk about LED2, so LED2 has output 1. So it's an AND gate. So if AND gate has output 1, that means both the inputs are 1. This is all has to be 1 and this has to be 1. So this is C. That means C is equals to 1. So how many options we have? A, sorry, 1 and 2. Okay, so we have to solve for A also, A and B also. So this is 1, that means again it's an AND gate, so both the inputs should be 1. So if this is A, this is 1, that means A is also 1. So A is also 1 and B can be anything, 0 or 1. So which option is matching? A and C has to be 1. So option 2. Okay, option 2 is the correct answer. Simple logic gate. In all the shift there's a question for logic gates. Okay, so simply just solve for all the possible condition for AND gate and OR gate, then check the options. You can easily score +4 marks. Next question. Okay, it's from error and measurement. So 10 VSD matches with 9 MSD in a vernier calipers. 1 MSD is of 1 millimeter. So 1 MSD of 1 millimeter. Then no reading. When no reading is taken, the 0 vernier scale is just right of 0 of main scale, and 7 VSD coincide with 1 MSD. Then 0 error we have to find. So first of all, first thing you have to calculate for vernier calipers is to find the least count. So we know that if n VSD is matching with m MSD, so least count will be n minus m divided by n into MSD. So number of vernier scale is 10 minus MSD is 9. So 10 by 9 minus 10 into 1 MSD equals to 1 mm. So 1 mm. So least count we have 0.1 millimeter. Now condition is given, let's say when there is nothing between the jaws of vernier scale. Let's say 0. So vernier scale is towards right, okay, towards right, and 7th VSD is coinciding with 1 main scale division, 7. So that means if you find this reading, so this reading will be 0 plus 7 into least count. Okay, so least count is 0.1. So 0.1 equals to 0.7 millimeter. Of if the reading was towards left, it will be negative error. Now it is positive. So the answer will be 0.7 millimeter and positive 0 error. Clear? So again, simple formula based question. If you know the concept of vernier caliper, how vernier calipers works, then you can easily score this question. So next question is hydrogen atom. In hydrogen atom, it is not in hydrogen atom, an electron is revolving in 4th Bohr's orbit. Okay, find the wavelength of incident radiation to excite this electron to 16th Bohr's orbit, and use SC equals to 1240 nanometer into electron volt. Okay, so we know that 1 by lambda for hydrogen atom, R, where R is Rydberg constant, equals to 1 by n initial square minus n final square. Okay, so lambda we have to find. So 1 by lambda equals to Rydberg constant. It is easier to remember this value, so you can easily solve the question. So Rydberg constant will be 1.0976. This just write this into 10 to power 7. 1 by n initial orbit is 4. So 4 square will be 16 minus 1 by n final is 16. So 16 square will be 256. 256. So 1 by lambda equals to 1.097 into 10 to power 7. Now if I take 16 common, so it will be 1 minus 1 by 16. So it will be 15 by 16. So 1.097 into 10 to power 7 into 15 by 16 into 16, 256. So our lambda will be 256 divided by 1.097 into 10 to power 7 into 15. So when you solve, lambda will be approximately equals to 1556 nanometer. So option 3 is the correct answer. So like concept of the question is easy, but solving the calculation is lengthy part. So if you are good in calculation, you can easily score +4 marks. Next, okay. So now we have got all the questions from our students and other sources. So now if we talk about the analysis, so analysis of physics is, physics questions were easy. Like if you know the concept, you can, if you know the formula and concept, you can easily score marks. But the problem was calculation was lengthy. So all the calculations were lengthy and options were also very close. So you cannot directly get a estimate idea of option like option 1 or option 2. So paper was, for physics portion I can say paper was lengthy. That means most of the students can only score 18, like can only solve 18 to 20 question in 1 hour. That means if we talk about 99 percentile, so 99 percentile will be approximately 70 to 75 marks in physics. So if you are in this shift, if you are scoring between 70 to 75, you can have a very great chance of being in 99 percentile. So if we talk about the overall question wise analysis, so how many questions from 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 7 question out of 19 are from 11 and other remaining 12 question from 12th standard. So that means in this shift 12th was like the weightage of 12th was greater than compared to 11th questions, and all the questions I have already discussed, they were formula based, but if you solve calculation are really lengthy. So if you talk about elasticity, so elasticity has 2 questions, 1 and 2. So 2 questions from elasticity, one from Young's modulus and one from breaking stress, and this another question elasticity shear stress. So surprisingly from this chapter we had 3 questions. Okay, now if you talk about unit and dimension, so in all the shift it's a fixed question that there will be 1 question from unit and dimension and 1 question from error and measurement. So these chapters you have to like completely just memorize this chapter. There will be definitely 1 question from each chapter in all the shifts. So if we talk about nuclear shift, there is a question from connected bodies, geometrical optics, minimum deviation, current electricity, parallel cell combination. So these questions were slightly tough. Gravitation, variation of G is a standard question from this chapter. So if you just study variation of G, definitely you are going to solve this question. AC question on resistance, EMI, self inductance, wave optics, YDAC. If this is a question from wave optics, definitely it is going to be from YDAC only. Kinematics, motion under gravity, simple question. And EMW, from EM wave we have question from displacement current. Then again from modern physics it was matter wave, and then waves from wave equation. Wave equation question was very simple. Equation was given, just find the value of whatever quantity was in the question. Thermodynamics, it is internal energy. Okay, internal energy. Simple assertion reason question. If you know the value of CV, if you know the value of U, you can easily score. And semiconductor logic gates, in all the shifts there is a 1 question related to logic gates. So if you are preparing for next examination, for next shift has started, and or if you talk about Monday or Tuesday's exam, just prepare well for logic gates. In all the shifts there is 1 question related to logic gates. And modern physics, H atoms and Vernier caliper. So questions were easy, like the question formula was it was not tough, but calculation wise they were really lengthy. So 99 percentile for this shift will be approximately between 70 to 75 marks. So that's all from my side. I would like to request Vivek sir to come for mass analysis, sir.
Yeah, thank you, Vishal sir.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I am feeling by seeing all the mathematics question, so with respect to the other session, we can feel this session paper was a little bit easy with respect to the other session. We can't say the paper is easy paper, but we can compare with the other session, then we can find question are less lengthy question is there, as many question we have received. So now we can see the few sum. So this sum is there. Inverse series type of the sum. So we have to be split into the 2 part, this one. So you can see this one, tan inverse 2p minus 2, p minus 1, 1 plus 2p into 2, p minus 1. This we can write. Now you can write this one split into the 2 part, tan inverse 2p minus tan inverse 2p minus 1. Now it is there, p value you can take 1, 2 up to 11. So if we can take the tan inverse 2 minus tan inverse 1, tan inverse 2 to the power 2 minus tan inverse 2, so on at the last, tan inverse 2 to the power 11 minus tan inverse 2 to the power 10. So now this all the things are going to be cancelled, and the left here alpha is equal to pi by 4 plus tan inverse 2 to the power 11 minus tan inverse 1. Tan inverse 1 is equal to pi by 4, so this and this thing is going to be cancelled. Tan alpha is equal to, we can get 2 to the power 11. So our third option is the correct. Now we can see the next sum. Next sum is there from the probability. A and B are the player of the badminton series. Find to get a win of the 5 is the winning of the series. The number of way in which this series can be played. A is the winner of the tournament. So if any of the player A or B 5 win, then only become the winner. So minimum number of game is equal to must be the 5. So we can take here number of game. Number of game is 5. That means the 5th game must be win by A. That means before that 4 game. So we can write how many, like a 4C4. If the number of game is equal to 6, so 6th game must be win by the A. Before 6th game 5 game are there, so that we can write the 5C4. 7 game, so 6C4. 8 game, 7C4. 9 game, then 8C4. By the way, we can't take the 10 game. If the 10 game, so A also will win the 5, B also will the 5. So who are going to become a winner? We can't be identified. So now this all the condition are there. So we can write 4C4 plus 5C4 plus 6C4 plus 7C4 plus 8C4. Now we can calculate this one. Calculation is not much difficult. Then we are getting here the answer is equal to 126. That means the second option is a correct option. Now we can see the next sum. We have to be find here sum of the coefficient of x7 and sum of the coefficient of x to the power 4 is a 0. So how we can find this one? First of all, we can write the NCR x to the power 4 n minus r 1 by x cube whole to the power r. We can write minus sign also. You better minus 1 to the power r you can write. Coefficient of the x power 7 and x power 14 sum. So x to the power 4n minus 4r, and here we can get x to the power minus 3r. So x to the power 4n minus 4r minus 3r. So this is equal to be 7 we have to be find. So this is equal to what the value will come? The coefficient of this one 4n minus 4, 7r it will come. And now we can take another one for the 14. So 4n minus 7r is equal to 14. And then from here easily we can find the n value, because 2 equation and 2 unknown are there. So n value is equal to, here it will come 21. By the way, question is asking only the n value. So our answer is equal to 21 here. Now we can see the next sum. Next term is there, sum of the integral value of p, which is the equation of this one. That means minimum and maximum value we have to be find here. Means we have to be find, has a list 1 0 means this value we have to be find, this value. So how we can find this one here? All the trigonometrical equation convert into the one only, one trigonometrical equation. Sin square x is there, better you can convert sin in terms of the cos. So 3 1 minus cos square x minus 12 cos x minus 3 is equal to p. So 3 minus 3 cos square x minus 12 cos x minus 3 is equal to p. This time this is going to be cancelled. So p is equal to minus 3, you can take the common. So we can get here cos square x plus 4 cos x minus 3 cos square x. So we can write cos square x plus 2 into 2 cos x plus 4 minus 4 we can write. Minus 3, this value is equal to cos x plus 2 whole square, cos x plus 2 whole square minus 4. Now 3 multiply, 12 minus 3 cos x plus 2 whole square. So now from here we can find the minimum and maximum value. So for the minimum value, what we can do here, cos x is equal to, we can take the minus 1. If the minus 1, so 1, 12 minus 3 is equal to be 9. If the minimum, so cos x is equal to, we can take the 1. If we can take the 1 here, so value will come 12 minus, minimum is this one, 12 minus 1, so 9 means that 27. So 12 minus 27, this value is equal to, we can get here minus 15. So easily we can find this value. This is the range we can find. Easily you can find all the sum of the integral value of the p between 9 to minus 15. Once you can add this one, all the value of the integral value, then we are going to be get the minus 75. Easy question are there because 9 to minus 15 we can find all the value. Yeah. Now we can see next sum. Next sum belongs to the limit question are there. A square is not here, a square is here. Now it is the 0 by 0 format are there. So what you can do here, this you can differentiate because it is the 0 by 0 format are there. If you can differentiate this one, so minus cos alpha plus 1x, and this become the minus sin alpha plus 2x plus cos alpha minus sin alpha plus 1x into cos alpha plus 2x. And one more step. Due to this minus, all the terms are going to become a positive only. Another one term will come sin alpha cos alpha plus 1x into cos alpha plus 2x divided by 2 sin alpha plus 1x into cos alpha plus 1x. Now here alpha plus 1x multiply and here divide and here multiply. Now for all the term we can write alpha plus 2x. So alpha plus 2x Here you can write alpha plus 1x. So here alpha plus 1x. Here alpha. So here also alpha. Now you can put the value. Because this value is equal to become the 1. This is the cos. So this is equal to again the 1 will come. So from the numerator we can get, and this x is going to be cancelled. X is going to be cancelled. Then we can get here numerator alpha plus 2 plus alpha plus 1 plus alpha is equal to 2 alpha plus 2 is equal to value is given the 2. So 3 alpha plus 3 is equal to 4 alpha plus 4. Now you can take on that side. So alpha is equal to, we can get the minus 1. So second option is our correct here. Now we can see the next sum. Otherwise we can see the up to this sum only is there. So today paper we can discuss around the 19 sum. Again the same pattern are there. Almost 50% question are there. 50% question from the 11th class and the 50% question from the 12th class. This paper, as I told you, less calculative with respect to the other paper we can find here. Overall, we can see sequence and series. Every time we are observing, question must be coming from the sequence and series. So this topic are the good for the revision to all of you. 2D question are there. If you can observe, sequence and series, 2 question is there. Most of the paper I am finding from the sequence and series, two question is there. Matrix and determinant also question are coming, 1 to 2 questions. So must be go through that one. Quadratic equation also. So overall what we can find in sequence series, quadratic equation, vector 3, these all are like a hot topic. If you can do, you can easily able to be solved 7 to 8 questions from this part only. Permutation combination also, 1 question is there here. Quadratic equation, vector is easy only. Functional equation first time, because last 2 days they didn't ask the question from the functional equation especially. This time they asked. Circle and parabola mixture is there. If you can see the conic section, here asked the 2 questions, one from this part and one from here. So overall we can say paper is the good paper only. Balanced paper is there. They are going to be touch every part of the calculus, trigonometry, all the things. So okay, bye all of you. Again we can meet into the next paper discussion in the today evening.